That's crazy. Check 1, 2. Should be back good, I believe. Are we good? I don't know what keeps going on with my mics, but the mic I turned on is not X'd out. So, all right. So hopefully we're good. What's up, Taj, Dominique, John, Chris? A few things I wanted to go over. First of all, the Citigroup news I think is a big deal. Obviously, they're going to issue some DARs, which just another good thing for this whole space. So I think that's big news. A little negative news that just came across was the OKX exchange founder talking about some fraud. Not sure if that's any big news. Most of the news I don't care much about. What's up, Ryzen, Rocket, Todd, Fred? So that's not big news. And then I know this morning, and then Tony updated me that Canada's got the mutual funds now being allowed, and also it's for retirement accounts. So that's going to be a pretty big deal over there, I would say, to let people invest their retirement money. So that's definitely a big deal. And then I'll check out Raven Coin if I can. Overstock propping them up. And Overstock's not been doing too well here, so. And then I also want to go into the stock charting software. This is UUP, which we bring up many times. This was our sell up here at the top when 96% was bullish US dollar. Came down here, we did get really oversold reading on the technometer here to show that maybe we'd work sideways, but now at today's close, we're solidly overbought again. So I really think the dollar still could have some another bout of selling here, which hopefully would help the crypto space. What's up, Dennis? So I still think that's probably a pretty big deal. And I did want to stay on the software. I do have Vladimir. Everything's working fine for me. And now they're going to get a live updating and also making it available to subscribers. So I've got on much bad. I've got a super WebSocket I paid $6,000 for. And we're doing it all at Amazon on our server there. So I would think, just guessing, in, I don't know, probably in 2 weeks, I would think I can get it close. I got to do a few things here so people can purchase it, but we're looking forward to that. And then with the software, I did, Saturday, down here 61.94, I did tweet that the software was at 38, and we also had the normal divergence. So I thought maybe that was going to be 5 waves down. If you're looking at Elliott wave, and we'd have some type of ABC bounce. I still kind of been calling for that because this is also a chart that I had posted. This isn't very old. This is only a few hours old. Nothing really has changed. You can see volume continuing in a steep downtrend. And even here, price has been holding that 6,200 level. And we just came off that again, sitting here now at 6,300 plus. So I guess I would think some type of rally here short term. It might meet resistance up here at 65, 6,600. And then still have the 5 waves down. Because we mentioned when we came off this high so hard, at the 7,400, we could have had an ABCX, ABC to the upside. And now we need, we need 5 waves down. If you count this as very bearish, I'm going to show a few different counts. If that's the case, this is probably 1. We bounce here for a 2, and we slide down to 5,700. or so sideways, and then maybe another new low. That would spring the 57, 5800 level, and maybe finally set us up for a bull move. What's up, Cool? Javi. So, but it was interesting here that volume continued to come down after my 61.94 buy, and really we're holding that level. We did a quick 61.50 or so, and then brought it back. So, again, I think the 61.94, 61.20 level is important. If we give that away, we're probably going to visit new lows for this whole move, which is definitely going to bring some selling in, I'm sure. I still think that would be a major low. I'm still staying in the bull camp. If you look here, if we go back to the daily on Bitcoin, I've had this chart up before, a three-wave ABCX, ABC. That's why I was bullish down here at these lows. Also was bullish here. I thought it was too deep, but it didn't go to new lows. Then now we've done it again. So this count is still valid. It doesn't look as strong now. So it looks a little more suspect because these sell-offs are so deep. But as we know, the altcoins have bled out, which has kept Bitcoin under some pressure too. So we turn things around quickly. That count could still work. This is some, the Wyckoff markings that I've showed before. The spring in the test. You could just call this another test, And volume isn't coming in aggressive here. So that's still valid. And then here is probably the bearish count, which the way they're acting currently looks more valid, where we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for an A. We had a B rally. And we're doing a downward sloping C wave, which is ABC down, ABC up, ABC down, ABC up, ABC down. So we still need to come below this low at 5,700 and somewhat do that in an impulsive fashion like this wave was. So if that's what we're in, we maybe bounce here short term and still more selling to come in to take out all the stops, etc. So that's kind of the, probably I think leaning more so what we could be doing if we can't get off the 61.20, 61.94 level. The software, we was down here at oversold. By the nature of the calculations we have came off, now we're back to neutral. So again, we need to get this rally going. If you look at the 5 minute, at this time the software goes to the API provider, collects the 5 minute data. Soon it'll be going to my cache at Amazon and grabbing the data, so it'll be quicker. You'll see here, it will load. That's the 5 minute Bitcoin USD. Shows history loading, so the volume is loading. And there's the volume loading. That's the Bitcoin USD, which you didn't have as much selling there. If you go to Bitcoin US Tether, which was at the other chart that I showed, you'll see it's had much more selling. I thought maybe Nick will get in here. He's down in Tampa relaxing with family. So I didn't know he was really going. He kind of surprised me Monday morning. So I wasn't really prepared to go live or bring him in. Would have kind of need to prepare for that. So I might try to get out here and take a couple days off. Otherwise, I'll try to get on here if we get some movement. So you can see here from this low, we've had more selling come in here at the bottom. Price still held, looks like a little ABC decline. So that kind of keeps me bullish here just short term to see if we can get some type of rally. And then going back here, all this has been selling, while price still really is holding that 62.50 level, which is where I had to buy from before. Over here when everything was holding up, why sell volume came in. So that's why I guess I'm still leaning to try to stay long here. And if we are headed down to 5,900, that would have to be in the next, basically week or so, and then that could be the major low we've been trying to call here. Then what else here? Not much else to talk about. That's the Dash longer term. It's trying to hold in after that 130 low. Ethereum continuing to bleed out a little bit. Classic trying to hold. NEO's holding somewhat as well. You did have that triangle formation up here. Abruptly came out of that and then holding. So NEO looking stronger here. Let me check a couple of things or whether I've got I will bring in real quick, bring in Dragon Chain. This is Dragon Chain USDT 4 hour. I mean, impressed how it's holding here, and also the rally off the low. So I would call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and A, B, and the C's holding in really well. So I would like Dragon Chain here. I still think anything holding up well here, you've got to pay attention to. I know, Taj, you've been calling for the 5,000. I mean, I don't think it'll get that deep. I think we could get below 5,700. But obviously, we go down there. I mean, 5,000 could be hit in minutes after that. Or we had XLM, was up 10%. That one is still holding in, one that we've liked. If you go to the 15-minute, that was a rally off the news, trying to hold it in. Here we got Quantum USD, 15-minute. Go the 4 hour. And actually, let's go back to the daily. So there's the daily since the 85 high. So again, it'd be called 5 ways down for an A, ABC for a B, and then 5 ways down again. So you could call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, devastate some of those coins, but I'd have to think we're still coming in for a low for these things. Now ZRX was looking good up there at 80. Now it's came under pressure again. If we bring up, even if you try to change just a little bit, which I had before, falling out here is definitely not as good on the charts, but the same thing. If we call this A, this is a B now, and we're trying to go down and clean up the lows here. I guess I still think these things are making lows with Bitcoin. ELA. Do not have that on TradingView. John, I don't really chart many coins against Bitcoin. I think it's easier against USD. So you won't really, I have it on here, but you won't really get that from me. I think you need to, instead of having 2 moving parts, I think it's better to have 1 moving part. So, we've argued about that over time here, but I still think that makes sense. So I really chart against USD, but I will look at Bitcoin. What's up, Sweeney? Doji still holding in there, no doubt. mean, unbelievable performance there. No comment on Doji. I can't help you on that one. What up, Jet? I'm not at my usual desk, guys, so I'm not going to go over a lot of other coins. Like I said, I wasn't really prepared to do this without Nick, so I just wanted to get on here. ETC, obviously I'll do. ETC USD. There's the daily. So again, on these things, you're going to be looking at some type of A down, B up, and then some type of diagonal triangle to finish the C wave. So I think Classic probably is basically doing that as well. What up, G Money? Batman? ADA USDT. That's the daily. Same thing, some type of ending diagonal triangle for the C wave. I would think. Much weaker than I expected. I was really hoping that 910 low to hold. But I think we're continuing just to get everybody out of these markets. I saw an article this morning. What was it? Get rich quick cryptocurrency investors feeling the pain while smart investors celebrate, which is kind of interesting. So I do have clients that have been here even, long before me, and, same thing, I guess they've been through it, they're not panicking, they're trying to add. So I think that's a thing that, it's tough to see some of these prices on Bitcoin, especially some of these alts. But the stellar news I saw and read about it, but I really, again, don't pay much attention. Overstock CEO sells 10% of his stock. I'd probably use that as a chance to buy if it was me. He's definitely still into the game. Thought maybe I'd see the stellar news here. I know there was some type of buyout or something. I don't see it. The flush is coming. There's a long-term chart on Bitcoin, so I'd still call that accumulation. And we could have a spring or a shakeout here, but that'll finally get us ready to go the upside. So all right, Ryzen, I didn't see your notes here. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it was all sad what happened between Matt. we've been, we're guaranteed to go live too. I mean, Nick just, Nick's had some family issues over the last 3 weeks or so, so he's taken a well-deserved break with family. So Nick and I have been holding it down incredibly, and he's done a lot of interviews here recently. So we're going to continue to hold it down in this bear market. So, no, I hear you, Ryzen. I know you're not digging at me. You and I go way back too far for that. But yeah, I mean, Matt just has, Matt's got a lot going on over there, bringing in new people. They all, too much arguing going on, too many issues. So I'm trying to keep my stress at a minimum. These markets are hard enough. James, yeah, you would think we've already had the shakeout. So, and I guess, the reason I still stay friendly Bitcoin here is, as I've showed on the charts, how the 6250 level had held up. Then also Bitcoin has held while the alts, we all know the alts at these two places have continued to bleed aggressively. So Bitcoin's holding in there because that's where all the money's going to come first. And, if Bitcoin, when it breaks here, these alts are going to get extra ugly then. And Ryzen, no doubt. I mean, Matt's got the voice and the presence for this. I never, I'm not a YouTube broadcaster. So Matt and I was a great team. And then, bringing Nick in was a great deal. I mean, we had it all figured out. So, and you're right. Those were the good days. And it was more fun, obviously, because we were in a bull market. So I think if we take out the lows in Bitcoin, I really think everyone's going to be looking for a massive break, but I don't think it's going to be massive. I think we could break these lows at 5,700, and we could see 56, 55, 54. But I really think it'll be retraced quickly. If you look at Wyckoff, when you have springs and shakeouts, that's really setting the stage. The composite man, the whales are trying to figure out, is there anybody left to sell? So that's what they're trying to figure out. There's no one coming in here really to sell. And the volume coming in negative here on these last sell-offs shows they're selling, but price really still isn't giving it up. So I hear you, Ryzen. Tell Isaac what's up. And then, I'm really spending my time just trying to get more comfortable with the software to try to put that to use. So that's really what I'm trying to pay. I'm paying a lot of attention to there to try to lead me going forward. One penny Cardano. That'll be interesting. ICX. Here's ICX USDT on the 4-hour. I mean, a decent rally out the bottom as we saw. We thought that was 5 waves. I mean, definitely going to come down here with pressure applied everywhere else. And if Bitcoin breaks, I mean, they're all going to come under pressure again. James, I know here, I mean, we've still been on, XLM, ZRX, ADA, Digibyte, Zen, a few more. I do not know of any software good for dollar cost averaging. And Chris, you're somewhat right. And Ryzen, yeah, I mean, Matt's more entertainment. We're trying to provide a lot of info with the software, with Nick, etc. So, and just not really entertainment. I don't have a lot of time in the day. I can't spend, I try to get on when I got a little extra time. I don't have hours to spend going over charts, etc. No, we still like Neo as well. Sorry. I was talking about really more some of the smaller ones. We still like ETC, Neo, XMR, Dash, some of those. And I'd agree, EOS has the cash, so they should be able to survive, figure out something. You're right, I got ELA here, ELA USDT. Kind of looks like ICX then, same chart came up. Thanks, Maverick. Let me give you a wrench. I used to probably do a little bit more on Twitter. I mean, Nick kills it on Twitter. I try to do my share. I mean, I'm trying to bring more of the software in, stocks and cryptos. I told people all along I was talking a lot about Elliott Wave, and because I didn't have the software. So now with the software launching, then I have a lot more to talk about, a lot more to try to bring. I've not really done log charts, so I do look at them again, but I haven't used logs that much in the past in the stock market. And Taj, I won't argue with you on Ethereum. I mean, the price action is horrible there. That's probably one that if we get a good run to the upside in Bitcoin, that one's probably got to be traded much more. I'm going to bring up the 3-month. Let's go over here to EOS since everyone keeps talking about that one. Here's the 4-hour. We talked about that being just a big sideways correction, accumulation. I'd still agree with that. I think that one's good value. Don't know how high it could go, but I think it looks good. Ryzen drinking again. I thought Stunner D would get in here, but he must be busy. Provide a little bit of commentary. I mean, same thing, if Bitcoin does break, EOS will probably come down here and shake everybody. If you got any more money, dollar cost average into that. So Bitcoin just sitting here 62.80, not much going on. Komodo, I don't know enough about. Vertcoin, that's one that we obviously used to follow and trade a lot more. The daily. I mean, definitely got support back here in this formation back here. So I would think it's back to support. Percent-wise, we'll probably have a pretty big rally when we get things going. Yep, usually Canaan slips in here. A lot of times he's a little late, so maybe he's still coming. But I would think this support range back here doesn't mean we can't fall to 50 cents, 45, something like that. Worst case. I mean, there was a tweet I placed the other day at 61.94. So you can see on the, there's the same chart updated. But it showed volume still coming in. And we did hold the low, and we held the low. Then we were down here at 38.95. So I tweeted that just because I thought 61.94 looked like, what could be, if this is A, B, C down, then, we're probably just somewhere right here. So we're halfway through the down move. So we could still drop here to that 5,500 level possibly and scare everybody. Or that's not the account and there's too many people bearish and we're making a low here, which goes back to, this chart today. We've had continued selling coming in here and it's still trying to hold. I hear you, Ryzen. What's up, Philip? Damn it, James. Yeah, you mix the XLM chart. But we'll go back to that one for you. XLM USD. That's the 4-hour long term. Go into the 15-minute. Today's quick rally. 18 to 21, setting here at 20. KMD USD. Go out to the 4-hour to get a look at that. Had the quick run to $1.65, back to $1. So again, here's the volume coming into the downside while price is still making higher lows. So, and if we do get a dump, OP is just going to dump harder, then I think we'll still get the spring of the shakeout. So I still think, I think when you go back to the Bitcoin, hold on here, go back to the 1 day. By Wyckoff, it's still easy. Another new low could still be called a spring, or it could be called a shakeout if it's sharp and swift with a little bit of volume on it. Hey, Miguel, yeah, I think the Canada, as we keep saying, and a lot of people do say, all this stuff's coming, it just matters when. I think Canada beating us to the punch will probably make the SEC come around, definitely. And yeah, maybe earlier. There's a lot of, we just got to get the sentiment and get the last long out of these markets. So then I think this bullish news is going to keep us trending higher. So I think the whales are down there trying to figure out if there's anybody else who wants to sell Bitcoin here. And they're trying to get people to sell it. Well, guys, I think that's, looking at my notes, that's kind of what I definitely wanted to go over. Nick's gone till Sunday. And again, if I am here, I'm going to try to keep coming on. With Nick gone, I thought about trying to get out of here for a couple of days, take a break myself. But, I know that YouTubers will make a comment that I'm not live or we're not here, etc. Shit, we've been here day in and day out through the whole bear market. We haven't taken weeks or months off or nothing. So we're staying right here. We just got, a lot going on. And I've got other business, etc. with the stocks, everything else. You're welcome, Fred. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining. It's going to be a lot more fun when we get these things turned around. So, if I take a few days off, probably won't happen. I'm trying to stay in the seat during this bear market and just trying to get things ironed out for the next move higher. Thanks, Chris. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good evening, good trading, and we'll catch you here in the near future. Peace out.
Are you trading or investing in the fast-moving and exciting cryptocurrency markets? If so, you need to learn how to identify primary trading opportunities by implementing the Wyckoff trading methods, which was created by world-renowned stock speculator Richard D. Wyckoff. This online course teaches all you need to know to increase your returns while minimizing your risk using the Wyckoff trading method. Over 915 students have enrolled in the course since its launch in late 2017. Let's hear what course graduate Robert Hastings had to say about the course. The content and instructors of Learn Cryptocurrency and Wyckoff course are both excellent. It's worth every Satoshi. At a minimum, it saved me thousands of dollars. LearnCrypto.io is owned and operated by Wyckoff SMI, also known as Wyckoff Stock Market Institute, which has been an authority on the Wyckoff trading method for over 85 years. Founded by Richard Wyckoff in the 1930s, Wyckoff Stock Market Institute has owned the rights of the Wyckoff trading course since the beginning. So enroll today in our cryptocurrency and Wyckoff trading course. You will receive lifetime access to our current 23 lessons as well as new ones we continue to add. Also gain access to our course group at LearnCrypto.io to talk with teachers and students as you proceed with your studies. You will also get our cryptocurrency Pulse of the Market software at a 50% discount as an enrolled student. The only place where you can gain access to our free propriety indicators known as the Optimism Pessimism Index, the Force Index, and the Technometer. Take advantage today of this excellent course and begin reaping the rewards of a time-tested method from the grandfather of technical analysis, Richard D. Wyckoff.